Hello and thanks for stopping by. I thought I would do another pickups video. I had some pretty good luck this summer so far in the month of July, and I thought I would go through what I've managed to collect. I've got games from a bunch of different systems here, and I get them from a variety of sources. Sometimes I get things from a local flea market, sometimes I go to a retro game store. I found a couple of comic book stores that have retro games as well, so that's been nice. I may have one or two eBay pickups in here too. Generally speaking, when I'm going on eBay, I'm going for something very specific. I did have some luck here. First, we're going to get started with the Atari 2600. I got a game called Encounter at L5. I believe this is a space shooter, but I haven't popped it in yet. Excited to get it. It's one of those odd-shaped cartridges. It's something different anyway. Also got the game Kangaroo. This is a game I played when I was a kid. I don't remember it. I do know you're a kangaroo bouncing around with boxing gloves, I believe. But I got a copy here that's pretty interesting. And I also got another cart for the Activision collection. Found Checkers. I didn't even know Checkers existed. I think you pretty much know what you're getting with this one. I found a game for the ColecoVision. I don't have a ColecoVision original, but I do have a CollectorVision Phoenix, which was designed to be a modern Coleco system. And it plays cartridges directly, so that's awesome. I found Ladybug. This was a popular one from what I understand. It's shown up in a couple of different greatest sort of hits lists for the ColecoVision, so interested to find it at a good price. For the NES, I've got a bunch of games as well. I found a copy of 3D World Runner. This was something I played when I was younger. I think I rented this one. Now I got a copy. I also got Batman. Now, there are a bunch of different Batman games out there. Some are better than others. This is a reasonably priced one. I think this one will be okay. Got a copy of Russian Attack, something I haven't had in the collection before. I'm pretty excited to get it. And I also found a copy of Vindicators. Vindicators is a tank game where you're driving around. This is a Tengen game from their unlicensed collection back before they came to some sort of an agreement with Nintendo. I also got Gogol 13 Top Secret Episode. This was an early import to the NES, I believe. And you're playing an assassin, so it's pretty interesting that this came over to the system to begin with, because generally it was considered family-friendly. But I managed to get Gogol 13, haven't played it in a long time, but interested to give this one a try. Got a copy of Operation Wolf with a manual. I'm always excited when I can get something with a manual. I don't have a television that can utilize the zapper function of this game, but I can play it with a controller, which is how I'm going to have to play it, I suppose. I also got a copy of Roadrunner. Now, Roadrunner and Operation Wolf, actually, these are games that have been recently played by a channel, Old School Games and Stories. He did a couple of videos on these a month or so back. I'm going to include a link in the description if you're interested. He plays through these and pretty entertaining. I've got a couple of Famicom games. Famicom games are interesting to me. These are games that never came out in the United States for the most part. Some of these got translations to Nintendo, some didn't. The ones that didn't are generally the ones that I try to track down. Got a copy of Spy vs. Spy 2. Spy vs. Spy, the first one was released for the NES, just not number 2. I also got a game called Thexter. This is some sort of a shooter robot mech game where you transform as you fly along. I've given it a little bit of play. It's a little confusing, but it's pretty interesting. Moving on to the PlayStation 2, I got a bunch of games here. I got a game called Nanobreaker. It's an adventure game where you play some sort of a cyborg beating up a bunch of people. I'm interested to give this one a try. I also got a couple of Tekken games. I haven't played a lot of fighters in the PlayStation 2 era, but I did play a lot in the PlayStation 1. And Tekken was a game that I never tried for the PS2. I played 1 through 3 on the first PlayStation. Now I've got Tekken 4 and Tekken Tag Tournament. I always liked the Tekken games in the past. I thought I would give these a try. I also got a copy of Jet Li Rise to Honor. This actually shows up in a bunch of people's preferred games lists as something that's overlooked. It's got a really good likeness to Jet Li, and of course it's a brawler. You're running around beating up people as Jet Li. Sounds like fun. I got a copy of Onimusha 2. Now, Onimusha is an interesting one because it's described as being Resident Evil, but with a samurai setting. If I had known this back in the day, I would have gone nuts for it, because I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. I just didn't know this existed, and this is what it was, so I've been starting to collect the Onimusha series. I think I've got 2 or 3 of them. I also got Flip Nick Ultimate Pinball. I've done a lot of pinball games on the channel. I popped this one in, got it at a good price. Popped this one in, and it's pretty amazing, actually. I'm going to do a video on it shortly, but so far it's great. For the Xbox, I managed to score a few games. I got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus. I don't know much about this game, with the exception of on the back, it explains that you can unlock the Ninja Turtles arcade game. That's the draw for me on this one. I hope the actual game is good itself, but to be able to unlock the arcade game sounds pretty awesome to me. I got a copy of Jade Empire. Turns out this was a second copy. Now, I carry a program on my phone that catalogs all my games so I don't accidentally buy the same copy, but apparently I didn't pay attention or I typed it in wrong, but I have a copy of Jade Empire already. This is my second copy, but when I popped it open, what I didn't realize was this particular version comes with 2 discs, and my other one only had 1 disc. They included a second disc. This is like the greatest hits sort of version of this, so it has some extra stuff on the second disc. Got a copy of James Cameron's Dark Angel. James Cameron? Yeah, James Cameron. I also got a copy of Dead or Alive 3, another fighting game, and I got a copy of Advent Rising. Advent Rising, even on the cover here, it offers, there's a contest, it's $1 million prize, but I guess when this game was released, somebody broke it and hacked it to win that prize pretty quick, so they had to cancel it. I guess this was overhyped, I think is a great description of it. This is one of those games where they poured a ton of marketing into it, but it just didn't sort of qualify as a great game when it came out. It has its fans, I guess, and now I've got a copy. I found some Xbox 360 games. First, I got a mech game called Armored Core 4. I really like the mech games. They're a lot of fun, and I've got a few from this series. I just didn't have number 4, so happy to get this in there. I got a copy of Aliens Colonial Marines. Now, this game was really hyped when it came out, and it disappointed a lot of people, apparently, and got a lot of criticism for not being very good. So I'll be curious to give this one a go. It is an Aliens game, and the Aliens franchise is pretty popular, and I'm a fan of it, so at least I'll have this one to give it a try. I got another CSI game. I know I've already done 1 or 2 reviews for CSI games on this channel. This is CSI Deadly Intent. This is a 360 game, so the graphics are going to be better. And actually, in terms of the cast, this is from a different season of CSI compared to the older ones. This was, I think, season 8 or 9. This had Lawrence Fishburne in it as a main character. So, interesting that this exists, first of all, and that I stumbled on it for such a good price. I think I only paid a couple dollars for it. I think that's pretty great. I also have 1 Xbox One game. I picked up Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Now, I have Gears of War for the Xbox 360, but this one was the Ultimate Edition, so I'm guessing it's upgraded graphics. It probably plays a little smoother. But this one also includes the Rare Replay Collection, so it's one of those games that sort of has multiple games on it. This one is from the company Rare. Basically, I looked through the list, and out of the different games here, there are, I don't know, 10 or 15, 2 games that really stuck out that made this disc valuable to me was the game Battletoads and RC Pro-Am 2. I'm a fan of RC Pro-Am, the first one for the NES. The game wasn't designed to have an end, but you had 3 different waves of cars you could achieve, and I maxed that game out way back in the day, and I got the biggest car available, and I really liked it. And then to find out years later that there was an RC Pro-Am 2, I'm very interested to play this one, and to get it on the Xbox One is pretty awesome. So, great. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. That's my collection for the month of July. I appreciate you giving this one a look. Thanks for stopping by, and I will catch you on another video.